We are ready. We are ready for one of the most exciting parts of Deep Tech Atelier, the pitch presentations. Today it's semifinals, tomorrow it's finals, but it is our startup pitch competition. This is where vision meets venture, where bold ideas backed by deep science and groundbreaking technology get their moment to shine. Over the next 60 minutes, you will hear from some of the most innovative early-stage startups building the future across domains like agri-tech, medtech, energy, cybersecurity, AI, clean tech, and beyond. And of course, no competition is just for the namesake. Of course, we have many rewards for those who have put in the work and come with bold ideas. Among those prizes which will be handed out tomorrow are services from the highest level to help boost the idea forwardation from ZAS Ventures, Cocoon, Sorainen, Healthseed Ventures, access to Japanese markets, accelerator and mentor services from Plug and Play, a ticket to the Hello Tomorrow and Slush events, and of course, entry to the Commercialization Reactor, Beamline's Breakthrough Syndicate, SEB Accelerator, and Google for Startups program. They have definitely come together this year for an amazing prize package for the best. Five best projects, the projects on this stage will be based on 5 various criteria, which is available to our jury right here in front. And as I already said, semifinals today, finals are tomorrow at the end of the day, so we hope to see each and every one of you at those as well. But right now on this stage, we have 10 startups that will come on the stage, one right after the other. They have gone through a presentation boot camp, so their presentation skills will be tested as well. And they will have 3, I repeat that, 3 minutes for pitching and 2 minutes for the jury Q&A. I have been given the authority to cut them right off at the 3-minute mark, and we will be very strict because this is the highest level. But as I already said, they will be judged by a jury, and I see them all here in front. And starting off on this side, he's the managing partner and CEO of Build It VC, supporting over 100 hardware and IoT startups across 18 countries. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Mr. Matis Neimanis. Next up in the journey, he's the manager of Deep Tech at Plug and Play Japan, leading a deep tech acceleration program and supporting over 100 startups and 40 corporate partners, Mr. Hayata Okubo. Next up, the CEO, founder, and mentor of Cocoon programs, guiding founders through soul-aligned leadership to restore clarity, inner alignment, and momentum, Mr. Farhad Nioz. Welcome, Farhad. And rounding up the jury, the associate at the Verge Health Tech Fund, challenging founders to rethink the value of innovation and embrace the power of storytelling. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Sigvard Krongorns. So the rules are clear. We have a jury, we have an amazing audience, we have a stage, we have a moderator. The only thing missing are the startups. Let's see who steps up to the plate, plays the game, and takes the name. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Almost. I think they will need more energy from you. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? All right. We can start, and let's welcome on the stage the first presenter, Snow Recycle.
I need a clicker.
So, take a deep breath. We will set up the 3 minutes on the screens for you. And if you are ready, 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Hello, everyone. I'm Maria Krabowska, CEO and co-founder of Snow Recycle. We are not just a startup with an idea. We are a validated deep tech company with a proven patented solutions. What we are looking for? A serious investor who wanted to create real environmental impact and build profitable business. What we are doing? We upcycle agro-waste into sustainable biomaterial for Tupperware and packaging. Every day, 8 million plastic pieces pollute our ocean, or 55 58 billion plastics, or 58 billion paper cups are used annually, costing 32 million trees. Millions tons of agriculture's waste annually dumped or burned. From 2021, European Union banned single-use plastics. Markets needs sustainable, scalable solution. At Snow Recycle, we have developed technology which transforming agro waste, like grain humps, coffee, juice, hemp, into high-performance biodegradable biomaterial. The product from our materials are 100% environmentally friendly, recyclable, reusable, and decompose in 90 days. We already reached TRL7. We have proved materials properties with the help of Riga Technical University and LATCERT. And we already registered international patent. Industrial partners, BUS AG, has ranked our material as top 5 globally. We have tested already our materials with several industrial partners using existing thermoplast and 3D printing equipment. We are targeting a 34 billion global market in sustainable packaging, with 4.7 billion in European alone. We already have signed MOUs with raw materials providers and customers. We validated strong market demand. Our business model: sell our granule to producers and sell disposal tablet to wholesale distributors, commercials. At the moment, we are raising 5 million euros to establish our first production line. Estimated revenue 8.4 million and 2.5 million euro in the profit in the year. Next stage, it will be mass productions and global global inspiration by licensing. Our core team brings together more than 100 years common experience in material science, manufacturing, and deep tech entrepreneurship. We are not just replacing plastics, we are building the next generation of sustainable material for a circular economy. Join us. Let's start to think about the future today. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Maria. Whew. All right, take a deep breath. You're the first one.
I will tell you, it's very hard when you're saying it's something with the voice, and it's very disturbing.
But right now, you still have to talk to the jury. 2 minutes on the board right now. Who is up first? Yes, Farhad.
Yeah, I'd like to ask you, could you explain the problem from the potential buyer's perspective? And thank you for the energetic presentation. Meaning how the potential buyer persona sees and experiences the problem that you're addressing.
No, like at the moment, the buyer is not able to buy qualitative products. If we buy, for example, the product from the papers, we can't long eat, drink. It's not taking the form. For example, now in Europe, it's banned plastics productions, yeah? And the people starting, for example, also the same, if you're using the papers, they're still using the plastics, because paper not able to hoard cold, like all these drinks. And like we are helping like making circularity, yeah? Giving the second life. And for example, all these producers, we have, for example, in Latvia, a lot of beverage producers, alcohol producers, juice producers, that generate a very big quantity of leftovers agricultures. Now they are burned, dumped. Also, again, it's CO2 and resources. And now it will be like, also maybe while I'm answering, maybe I can give you...
Yes, next question.
Yeah, this one, it's... okay, you can maybe...
Next question.
Sorry?
Time is running.
Thank you so much for the great presentation. So I have 2 questions. I assume that you guys are using the various waste sources. So how do you ensure the quality of the output product is one question. And the second question, oh, sorry, you slipped up. So you can
okay, let's start maybe from the first one. We cooperate with the producers. And we know, like, for example, if we're taking grains hemps, it's from grains. From beer producers, it just will be. We are not will cooperate with some restaurants or this and this. Of course, it will be and messy, yeah. But we will take directly juice, hemps, coffee, such. And also, while we are doing the process of producing granula, it will be extruding, drying, and it's a huge temperature. And during this temperature, all bacteria will be died, killed, and
thank you. That's all the time we have. A round of applause. Thank you, Maria. That was Snow Recycle. Thank you very much. Thank you for that. Well, that's how we will do it. 3 minutes for presentations, 2 minutes for questions. That goes to the jury as well. We have to be quick in all that we do. But next up, let's welcome on the stage WatchBuild. A round of applause. All right, I think we stole your clicker, but don't worry, timer is not running.
Thank you.
We will set up the timer, 3 minutes on the screen for the audience as well. Are you ready?
Sure.
Let's do it. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
More than 2 million euros. That is amount of money annually lost by construction companies due to reworks and mistakes. I have been part of this loss when working in industry, and I want to change that. Hi, my name is Aya, and this is WatchBuild, where you build, we verify. Surprisingly, industry itself has found a problem to the mistake issue in a form of BIM. BIM, or Building Information Model, is an advanced 3D model of a building that improves planning, construction, and maintenance. The practical adoption of BIM in construction site is manual follow-ups and checkups that is costly and time-consuming. Just as an example, an average 10 million warehouse building would have a BIM cost close to 200,000. We have seen how BIM has changed planning of the real estate. We are sure that it will change construction in next 5 years. To address this trend, we are developing a hardware and software integrated solution for BIM compliance and the construction site monitoring. The hardware will take data from the construction site. Further, our AI-powered software will do the beauty with automated reporting. We have built an MVP that tackles the compliance part. With the version 3.0, the site manager will be able to fully implement BIM in a construction site, spotting mistakes, following up subcontraction, while saving his time. We are testing our MVP currently with the largest construction companies in Latvia, and aim to launch our product to the market later this year. Internet of Things in construction is a rapidly growing market, growing by 14.6%. It will be close to 5 billion market by 2030 in Europe alone. You would ask about competition. Sure, there are complex solutions that are also very expensive and very basic ones that doesn't deliver required precision. In WatchBuild, we combine science with the startup experience. I'm confident that we will bring WatchBuild to overall success. We have raised 240,000 in grants and acceleration support to make our prototype and do market discovery. We are now raising 280,000 to complement with our already secured grant to continue product development and unlock first revenues. If you want to be part of the construction future, scan the QR code and connect with me. Thank you.
Nicely done. Save time. Very good. Professional. All right. Who's up first from the jury? Please take the microphone. Your 2 minutes are starting now. Matis.
Yes, thanks for presentation. A quick question. So what is your business? You are selling the device, yes?
Actually, the device sales comes very late. They're somewhere down the road. The first, we will do the scanning, and basically it will be full SaaS service.
All right. Excellent. Sigvart?
Yeah, can you elaborate on the current status with these pilots you're having? So have they used it already on sites, or what capacity these pilots have been?
Yeah, so they're basically in 2 stages. So in first stage, we did the usage of the solution, found out multiple bugs, as always, in terms of development. Couple of days ago, tested, and it works, and we aim in next 2-3 weeks to give it actually in the hands of clients as well.
All right. Jury is anxiously filling up their forms. Who has a question? Arhad, maybe you? Anything to clarify? Hayata, maybe a question from your side? Everything is clear? Everything is wonderful? Matis, you must have a question in your pocket.
Oh, of course, I have questions, but I already have the answers because we already have made investment in this brilliant company. So,
maybe I can ask. Can you elaborate a bit more the difference between you and competition? And thank you for the presentation.
Thank you. Basically, the competition do have a super precise scanners that can scan the environment by millimeter precision. But construction is not a pharmacy. You don't need that precision. And we go there just lowering down the price of the scanning and taking that niche. And the other angle, they use regular 360 camera that doesn't deliver this precision, and therefore they cannot beat in.
Mm-hmm. I still have time. Just out of curiosity, so I saw your presentation last year as well. So could you elaborate, like, what was your progress between last year and this year?
Short answer.
Do you have any?
Yeah, we have upgraded the hardware part. We have now the 5G part delivery. Comparison to the last year, we actually have done multiple pilot tests. We have clients repeating, so they have finished one construction site, they repeatedly come back. We improve the bugs, so
all right.
We attracted also a couple of grants.
Thank you. A round of applause to WatchBuild. All right, we have presenters not just from Latvia, from all over Europe. So next up from Poland, it's Pikralida. Welcome. So, if you are ready, we can start.
Hello. I would like to ask you, what would we do if these bulbs in this room will burn out? Are we going to change the bulb, or will we destroy the building? If we are taking the approach of big pharma companies, we will destroy the building, as big pharma companies very often kills promising compounds due to failures, due to unexpected results, and sometimes just changing business plans and CEOs. At Pikralida, we are different. We are smart, we are agile, and we are hunting for new molecules to bring them to clinical practice. We have 3 advanced projects in our pipeline, and we are using Marimastat that was once abandoned by big pharma company due to unexpected results. And this is a very promising compound with good properties, and we are planning to bring this compound as a medicine in 2 therapeutic indications. We completed phase 1 clinical trial, and we are now preparing to start 2 phase 2 trials in 2 areas, neuroprotection and snake bite and venoming. And we also are working on a veterinary drug to bring this to US market as early as in 2027. Take a look at these pictures. They are terrible, but this is a real life of people that are bitten by the snake and the real life of people getting the stroke. Probably no one will warn you in your travel office that your dream holiday can end like this when you don't get antivenom on time, and unfortunately 20% of us sitting here will have a stroke on some time of their life. Snakebite and venoming is an exotic problem for us, but it isn't for million people living in different parts of the world, and lack of antivenom will mean suffering, disability, or death. There are over 5 million bites in the world, and the only therapy are antivenoms. You need to get to hospital to get them. They are expensive, not always affordable, and not always effective. We are working on Pikralida, our new therapy in the form of pill to use in the field just after the snake bite. This is our second project, neuroprotection. There are over 6 million deaths annually and much more millions of disabilities after stroke. The only thing that doctors are doing, they are trying to restore blood circulation as quickly as possible. We are working on a drug that will protect tissue damage, brain tissue, and will give people good life after stroke. Back to business, we are working to introduce to market veterinary drug and fuel with this cash development of our pipeline and the company. We are a team of 20 experts, industry specialists. We are working on initiating 2 studies in 2 indications, and we are working to bring veterinary drug to US market as early in 2027. We are raising 3.5 million euros, and ladies and gentlemen, this is not a vision. We have a plan, and we know how to do it.
Excellent. Right on time. Round of applause to Pikrelida. All right, 2 minutes on the clock. Sigvards, let's go.
Thank you for your presentation. One question. How are you going to make money? Who's buying the compound? Who's buying the drug?
We are planning to introduce our snakebite drug to the market as Pikrelida and market it in collaboration with business partner. We would like to register the drug first in US FDA, in EMA, and then in other regions. And in terms of neuroprotection, we are planning to out-license the results to big pharma company after proof of concept phase 2 trial. And snakebite drug, we are discussing with military units. Also, it's dedicated for tourists and people that lives in rural parts of the world.
Thank you. Farhad?
Thank you. The story got me really in. As you are raising B round, as I understood, currently, how much of equity still the founding team holds?
Most of the equity. We developed the company using part of our own money. We got several grants. We also are doing some service, so we are also earning money. We had our first investment round in May 2023, 5 million zloty, which is roughly 1.2 million euros, and we gave to the investor Altamira Fund 12% of the company, and the rest of the company is split between 3 co-founders.
Thank you. 30 seconds. Hayata?
So for the second project, like how frequent do people need to take pills? Like, is it like every day or once a week, or could you elaborate on that?
For neuroprotection?
Yeah.
So the therapy is dedicated to give to the person after the stroke. Now they are usually getting thrombectomy or thrombolysis. So our drug will be given in parallel to that, only for a few days to inhibit undesired activity of certain enzymes.
For a few days they have to keep taking
yes,
it?
Just 3 to 7 days.
Thank you. Thank you very much. A round of applause. Pikrelida, wonderful work. Thank you. Best of luck. Best of luck. By the way, there are some free seats on this side of the hall, so the brave ones can quickly run right there. But right now, we're ready to continue with our next presentation from Blade Life. Welcome. 3 minutes on the clock. Let's go, sir.
Hello. My name is Roman Viter, and my message today is about wind blades. 30% of green energy is generated by the wind blades. We try to conserve all, but we can't because of the losses. And these losses are caused by natural factors, by humidity, sunshine, and by the salt. So it leads to blade erosion, and we need to do something with that. So 70% of recycled blades are recycled just because of the late diagnostics and because of the late repair. So if we don't do that, so that would be the death of the blade. So the statistic says that possible damages causes during the first 3 years of the blade operation. So our goal is to extend it from 5 to 8 years by using a new detection and diagnostic method. So the global challenge is to make more energy to prolong blade's life and to make new innovative methods for early stage detection of the blades. So our solution is a new innovative luminescence resistant efficient optical sensor. So this solution integrated with the blade can provide non-stop monitoring of the blades in the early stage. We can detect the damages in the early stage. So our roadmap is based on huge experience in science and applied research in the field of material design and in the field of sensor applications. We target our product to one of the main companies here in Latvia who are doing the activities, that's Phase Brakes and Ironis, and our future goal is to incorporate our sensor in turbine production. We are in TRL 4, and we ask for 400,000 euros for scale-up production and for testing and validation of our sensors within drone technology detection and within the real blades. So we know our competitors, they are 10 big players, and they do good devices, but they do not have our innovative solution, and they cannot make the detection of early stage non-stop. So the market analysis says that we have a good potential to reduce the recycling part of the market and to increase the service and diagnostic part of the market. So we have a very strong team with a huge and strong expertise in the field of physics, chemistry, prototyping, design. We have one business developer and we have one specialist for IP right protections. So we're quite strong to overcome this challenge. So thank you for attention and I'm ready for your questions.
Excellent, Roman. Thank you for the presentation. Hayata, you're up first.
So thank you so much for the presentation. So with your sensor, what kind of size can you detect? Like, is it entire wind turbine blade, and also what kind of defects you can detect, like fatigue or bending, or could you elaborate on that?
We can detect the full area of the blade. We can detect cracks, and the main focus would be on the side where it starts. So our sensor would be a part of the coating. So the drones will go, and the drones will follow the wind blade, and they will make detection.
All right, Farhad.
Thank you for the presentation. A question, so also your solution will not last forever, so how it will be possible to notice that I don't know, the blade should be changed anyway?
The blade will damage always. The issue is how frequent. This is like a Formula 1, when you need to make a pit stop and stop it.
Farhad.
Thank you. Touchy subject in Latvia right now. How do you exactly make money?
We make sensor and we make a business-to-business service. So we try. Now we want to try with real samples. We want to see how it will be integrated and how it will follow the standards which are in this business. Because it's important that this service would be not only for Latvia, but it will be worldwide.
30 seconds on the clock. Any last questions? Yes.
So there are some drone inspection technology. They can detect the damage as well as they can also repair the damage at the same time. So with your technology, do people need to climb up and repair the damage, or how do you kind of compete with these existing technologies?
Nowadays, you have to stop the blade. Our technology will be non-stop, and this saves money. You need to see how it works within non-stopping. If it's too crucial, you can stop it and you can repair it. So if you non-stop, the other technologies could be better, but it takes time. And it costs money.
Thank you very much, Roman. Thank you for the answers. Thank you for the presentation. Great job. Thank you for that. All right, next up it is Truffalo. Truffalo, welcome on the stage. Round of applause. Hello, sir. 3 minutes are yours. Let's go.
Energized greetings from Truffalo. We are building simulation software for power electronics engineers who provide power supplies and transformers for microelectronics industry. As you know, chips need power. And the challenge is to transform 48 volts to 1 volt the chip uses. It's very expensive, it's very complex and inefficient. And the solution is power supply on a chip. Just placing power supply exactly where the power is needed. And the problem is that as the component gets smaller, prototyping it gets exponentially expensive. Of course, you could do real prototypes. First, you would create a tooling, then create a component with this tooling, and that would take a week. Alternatively, you can use computer simulations and get result in a few hours. And it's no surprise that the companies who design components and chips are nowadays by far more valuable than those companies that are manufacturing those chips. And they are using simulation software, and it's a very critical part of their intellectual property. Just to demonstrate, recently, 2 very big acquisitions by companies who purchased simulation software providers, 35 billions and 10 billions. What we are building is a specialized tool for power electronics, just exactly for this niche. It's easier to use, automated, and lower cost thanks to lean development and relying on open source. compared to competitors who are having a lot of features, a lot of things that are outdated, and they need to support it, we can move much faster and develop the exact features that are needed for this industry. Currently, we are generating revenues. We have attracted strategic investor, and also we are now designing components and participating in designing magnetic components for big companies. Our first tool is very close to the active development phase, and our sales are going to ramp up. And also, we have joined a very large consortium from Denmark, participating with industrial players and academia. Of course, that's not the end of story. This technology simulations could be used to train AI. We are 7 engineers, ranging from software development, electronics, and of course, magnetics design. We are rising 300K and looking for people. Thank you.
Excellent, right on time. Job well done. All right, Sigvart, let's go.
Hi, so thanks for the presentation. Question, so you're generating now revenue. Can you elaborate a bit more on who are the clients and for what reasons they are using your software?
So we could say, we could split about half of that are companies, mid and large companies that are purchasing the software. Another half is more like design services at the moment. And those design services, obviously, is for this industry that we are stepping into it.
Parkhead.
Thank you for explaining for non-professionals in a very good story in the beginning. I didn't catch how exactly you are going to be different from someone who wants to copy your approach. Meaning, what's the uniqueness that you hold?
Speed. Lean, speed, attracting talent, and we are 3 years ahead of them. If they start now, we are 3 years now developing this technology. And of course, we have very strong partnerships with open source software developers. Like, they are helping us to build and implement those features that we need. So, many of different factors.
All right, 45 seconds. Hayata.
Is there any limitations with the materials that you can simulate? And also, is there any preferred applications that you have more competitive advantages over?
Very good question. So in computer simulations, it's a different paradigm. There are no size limitations. It could be the smallest, the largest, any kind of materials, even unphysical materials. There are kind of different limitations that we have to tackle with simulation software are more related to mathematics, I would say. And regarding applications, yes, at this moment, we are more targeting industries that are heading into solar wind, which is basically bringing us money now, but we are looking for this high-tech semiconductor microprocessor industry.
All right.
Yes, it can be applied to consumer electronics.
Thank
too.
you.
Yes.
That was Truffalo. Round of applause. Thank you. Thank you for that. We're moving on to the next presentation from Nionics. A round of applause. Let's welcome him on the stage. All right. Rules are the same. 3 minutes.
Yes, batteries. Batteries are the powerhouse of modern society. Every time you charge your phone or drive an electrical car, most likely it's powered by the lithium batteries. My name is Kaspars, and this is Nionics. We are developing the alternative sodium-ion battery technology. While lithium has been dominant in the battery market, it faces certain challenges: high costs, finite material availability, environmental and ethical concerns. Did you know that lithium mining consumes approximately 2 million liters of water to produce 1 ton? And I'm not even mentioning the child labor. At the same time, we have sodium, which is 1,000 times more abundant, 120 times cheaper compared to lithium. Our team is developing innovative technology to replace lithium with the materials free from lithium and cobalt. Our lab samples is developing the good results in terms of the energy density, and we have achieved already 3,000 cycles, while consuming 30% less energy in the manufacturing process. We target at the cell level the cost of approximately 50 euros per kilowatt hour. Battery manufacturing is a complex process which consists of the many stages. Our magic, our know-how is a power at the beginning of this process. We are developing the active synthesis materials for both electrodes, positive and negative. Currently, we are targeting our customers are the battery cell manufacturers in the European market. Those who are looking to diversify their supply chains towards more affordable, responsible, and cleaner materials. Our business model will generate revenues from the licensing fees and bundled together with a royalty of 10%. Global market stands with 98 billion for now, and our European market, our SOM, is 22 billion in 2024. As you can see, competition is there. And that just emphasizes that the need for such technologies are on the rise. We have a team of the dedicated entrepreneurs, three people with a background in energy storage, business development, and operations, backed by the scientists from Warsaw University with a team of 4 scientists. Currently, we are working to develop the prototype and looking for pilot partnerships and commercial licensing. We are looking to raise 500K in order to validate prototype and test it in real-life environments. Thank you. This is NIONX.
Thank you, Kaspars. All right, time for Q&A. Who is up first? 2 minutes have already started. Matis.
Thank you. Impressive. So, is there anything what can go wrong in the coming half a year?
Well, the technology might not work, like with any deep tech. Not much, may not scale up, to the expectations. That's the thing.
All right, Sigvard.
Thanks for presentation. Just a quick one. So how does sodium batteries compare to lithium in terms of power, in terms of price?
There is advantage that the resources are more available, as I mentioned already. If you're looking at the lithium, it will anyway hit the ceiling and you will not get any more materials. That will trigger the rise of the costs. Currently, lithium is 350,000 euros per ton. And we are looking at the sodium substrates, which are 290 euros per ton. This is quite a difference. At the moment, they are still more there's more advantage in lithium, but the sodium is quickly picking up and catching up.
Hayata.
Where can we source the sodium? Like which countries or which areas?
It is abundant. You can source it from the salt mines. You can source it from the seawater. There are many ways where you can get it. It's abundant in Europe here in this market.
Okay. And for my clarification, are you selling the raw materials or are you making the?
We were working on the chemistry. We are developing the magic formulas how to get these building blocks of the active and electrodes, positive and negative ones.
Safety-wise, is it any advantages over lithium-ion batteries?
Yeah, it's far better, in a thermal runoff. If it heats, it doesn't explode, it doesn't create the problems like a lithium can do.
15 seconds.
You see, very energetic. What lights you up in this project?
Well, I'm in the energy sector for the past 5-6 years, and I believe in the batteries. I believe that it's basically the founding block where we need to get, if we want to get renewable energy, we need batteries. And the sodium is a way out of this deadlock of the lithium.
Thank you, Kaspars. A round of applause. Give me an iPhone that lasts 2 days and we will be happy, Kaspars. All right, next up is Diabsense. A round of applause. Let's welcome him on the stage.
Thank you.
So, if you are ready, let's go.
Yep. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Kosala, founding CEO of Diabsense. We are working on food ulcer early detection device by food classification and imaging of thermal imaging. And the issue we have is that we have 500 million people in diabetic in the world, and out of them, 45 million will have foot ulcers in the next year. 9 million will have amputations, and sadly, half of the amputees will lose their life in the next 5 years. And in order to prevent this disaster, doctors need continuous access for the patients at home. That's where our solution comes in. We have 2 device solutions with clinical scanner and household scanner. The household scanner will extract data from the patient's feet every day by thermal imaging, thermal and visual imaging, upload that to the cloud, and an AI engine will diagnose those images for possible issues. And then when they come to the clinic, the doctor has a comprehensive clinical scanner that can be used to analyze the feet and get the data out. And forgive me for the graphical content in the next slide. We have completed the prototypes and done many clinical trials in the hospitals in Sri Lanka. We have found out that we can identify ulcers, blood circulation issues, calluses, and especially infections way earlier than doctors can visually identify. Our solution has two devices which augment each other in the household and clinical environment. Especially, a clinical device has never been offered to vascular surgeons before. They are just using their eyes. And for our patent-pending household device also, it's much more compact, high resolution, and self-aligning compared to our competition. Our customer base will be hospitals and insurance companies. For benefits, the patients can have much better quality of life and avoid ulceration. For hospitals, they can free up their hospital beds, and they can add a new dimension to the wound analysis, which is not done anymore. Like they don't have anything like ultrasound machines or anything for wound classification. For insurance companies, they can save billions in hospitalization and amputation costs. We are looking at revenue B2B model with new devices and subscription model, and trying to launch in 2028. We have the full team in operation, including our expert team, and we are looking for 1.5 billion investment for next round. And thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for the presentation. I see Sigvart is ready. Let's go.
Thanks for the presentation.
Thank you.
Huge problem. No questions there. Tell me more about how currently you have validated the solution. You mentioned that you had these pilots and customers already.
So we already have built the prototyping devices and done multiple clinical trials at hospitals and validated with many vascular surgeons.
I see. And the follow-up question is, what is the price currently and who pays for it?
For the moment, insurance companies pay millions. So the physics factor for high-risk patients is more than 50% that they are growing also in the next year. So saving 50% of 100,000 cost is much better solution for insurance. And for hospitals, they don't have any device like that for vascular surgeons, and they would buy that directly.
So hospitals will be the client?
For clinical device, it will be hospitals. Household device, it will be insurance companies.
Gotcha.
All right. 1 minute, Mattis.
Yes, thanks for presentation. Regarding the team, are you involved? Are you spending full time for this business, or are you sitting, let's say, on the 2 chairs?
No, actually, I'm in full time, and we have 4 guys working full time on this project. While my sister company, they are involving large amount of team for engineering development, and we have 2 vascular surgeons working half a time on this project.
All right. 30 seconds. Any last questions, Farhad?
Yeah, maybe a complete newbie question, but how is this gadget going to be different from a phone camera scanning?
This has thermal camera, which is very expensive, and only one company in the world makes good thermal cameras, FLIR, and it's not available in the phone.
All right. Well, that's it. Very good. A round of applause.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you for that presentation from DiabSense. Last 3 presentations on our stage. Next up is Acrometer from Poland. Let's welcome him on the stage. Right there. A round of applause. Welcome.
Thank you.
And we can start.
So, hello everybody, and I'm here to tell you about Acrometer, a startup which cares about your kidneys. So, let's imagine that your car wouldn't have a check engine light. You never know if something is wrong, and you're at the constant risk of breaking down in the middle of highway. Oops. And that's a problem which more than 800 million people suffering from chronic kidney disease face every day. They never know whether they're improving in their treatment journey, and you really want to be improving in it, because otherwise you're one of the 10 million people who go on dialysis. Also, current measurement methods do push 1 to 2% of people on dialysis too early, leading to unnecessary costs and death. In our opinion, the solution is fairly simple: cheap and accurate measurement, giving ability for people to make better and up-to-date decisions. We are developing a handheld device for accurate, on-the-spot measurement of creatinine based on our method, which is as cheap as the currently most popular and cheapest Jaffa method, but it is more accurate due to, for example, eliminated bilirubin interferences. The market is massive. More than $80 billion is spent on dialysis every year, with tens of thousands of unnecessary dialysis sessions being performed. Our main direct competitor is Nova Biomedical. They're producing similar devices, but they're using a different measuring method, meaning that their devices are 3 times more expensive to buy and 5 times more expensive per test. Our business model is simple. We're selling hardware to get our foot inside of the door, and then selling disposable strip tests for high-margin, recurring revenue, with a potential SaaS platform planned in the future. Our team consists of a scientific and entrepreneurial part, with our CEO being experienced in running a couple of hardware startups before, and our scientist already having experience in commercializing other nephrology solutions. So even though the team was formed in December of last year, in January we got into EIT Health program, receiving a €50,000 grant, and we are on our way of developing an MVP by the end of the year. Currently, we are seeking €150 of co-investment together with EIT Health, because if we get into the second round, they'll basically double your investment. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Yaroslav. Excellent presentation, right on time. Who's driving first? Sigvards and then Hayata.
Okay, thanks for presentation. Can you tell me a bit about numbers? So you mentioned that it's as cheap as the, let's say, the alternative.
Yeah.
Can you give some numbers? How much?
So it really depends on who you ask, but currently it is considered that you have a method per test. The cost is of 30 cents. For example, in the Matic method is €2. Of course, in the labs they'll charge you more, but these are the numbers we're looking at currently.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Hayata.
Where does the technology originate from?
So the technology originates in the Warsaw University, because our professor is from there. He is an associate professor of the chemistry faculty there.
You own the 100% of the ownership of the technology, or you get the exclusive license? How?
So yeah, we get exclusive rights with a fairly small licensing fee to the university.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we are getting a good deal.
Farhad, what's in your mind?
Thanks. Till you showed the team slide, I could have thought you are the CEO. I wanted to ask you, what about patent rights for the technology? Where are you in terms of that?
So yeah, currently our technology is patented in Europe, at least. So it is not a problem, and we own the IP. No, kind of. The university is a company.
Mm-hmm. 30 seconds, one quick question. Matis?
I have a comment, not a question. So you're going to solve a very huge problem. Don't try to compete on price. So if you can ask more.
That's a very good comment, but the thing is that everybody wants to use enzymatic method because it's amazing, but nobody can use it because it's expensive. So because we are looking at a wide range of people kind of who needs a test, we need to make them affordable enough so it makes sense to use them.
Thank you, Yaroslav. So round of applause. Print that money. All right, last two presentations. Trashify Tech is up next. Let's welcome her on the stage. Give me some louder applause. You can do it. Yes. So, let's start.
Hi, everyone. I'm Nikita, a founder of Trashify. From our name, you may have guessed that we started in waste management, an industry that still relies on manual audits and outdated tools for all of its operations. The result? Wasted time, money, and material. So we built Trashify, an AI-powered computer vision platform that turns any visual feed into real-time, actionable insights. We started by deploying this over waste sorting lines, where facilities can already recover 20% more waste, reduce their costs, and increase their operational efficiency by 300 times. This solution has already been deployed in 5 waste management facilities so far in Europe, and we also have 2 strategic robotics partners who embed our vision into their systems. But as we've grown through these deployments and pilots, we've realized that this isn't just a waste problem, it's a visibility problem. Across industries, be it logistics, infrastructure, even healthcare, teams are still making critical decisions based on fragmented data and no real-time visibility of their operations. They want to adopt AI. For instance, in 2025 alone, European healthcare has spent over 10 billion euros just to build and deploy AI. We can do that at a fraction of the cost with the Trashify DIY AI, a no-code, hardware-agnostic platform that anybody can use to build AI. All you need to do is upload or stream your video or image onto our platform, and then after annotating it yourself, you can train your own AI model without needing any technical expertise. Then with a single click, this can be deployed onto drones, robotics, different cameras. So our primary customers right now are other technology providers who can embed Trashify into their own systems so they can provide AI capabilities without having to build an in-house AI team. This reduces their costs, increases their value, and makes them indispensable to their own industrial clients. We've begun our operations with such companies in the circular economy and supply chain market valued at 87 billion euros. So here our solution is available as a tiered subscription model, providing an end-to-end solution that in just 7 clicks can take you from data to deployment. Unlike our competitors, who patch together features based on third-party partnerships. Rather than building a solution that's meant just for developers, we are building one that can be used by anybody moving forward. Even someone like me, the non-technical half of our 2-person team that started out by building smart trash cans and is now building infrastructure for anybody to build and deploy AI. Together, we're raising 400,000 euros to grow our team and expand across the Europe and APAC markets. So let AI let you see what's been previously unseen with Trashify. Thank you.
Thank you, Nikita. And well done. Well done. Let's see what the jury thinks. Sigvard.
First and foremost, I like the company's name and possible introduction in healthcare. It's so bad that you need Trashify to clean it up. So perfect. But on a serious note, so you mentioned these pilots you're having currently, right? Your cleaner and everything else. Can you elaborate? What capacity was there to these pilots, and did you get paid for them, and how much?
What capacity is the first question?
What was the pilot?
Yeah, so all of these pilots are 1-year-long pilots that we had to deploy. We started with Keskonaten in Estonia. That was helpful. That was an unpaid pilot, our very first one, that was helpful in getting data sets for us to be able to train our models based on waste management alone. The rest of the pilots have been paid pilots, 1 year long and 750 euros per month per device, because that is when we were not yet hardware agnostic. Mm-hmm. Oh, that being said, sorry, the robotics partnerships are not pilots.
Thank you. Ayata?
Thank you so much for the presentation. So could you tell me why you chose the waste management as the entry market over like other potential markets?
I mean, we started off by building smart trash cans just because we realized that in Europe, yes, there are very stringent laws in place regarding segregating your waste properly, and not everybody has the means to do that, and there are heavy fines on consumers for not sorting properly. But then we realized that it was just not a very scalable solution, which is why we expanded into waste management. And then as we built the system, we realized that the solution could be much more modular so that even the least educated people in waste management, even the sorters, should be able to use technical processes like this just to be able to improve their operations. And that's when we realized that rather than just waste management, this could be a much more versatile solution. That's the trajectory of our path.
So what's the technological gap when you transition from like a waste management sector to like healthcare or defense? Like, is there any like huge gap between them or?
No.
Answer?
Sorry. No, there isn't, because the main technology we were building was still an annotation platform that could be used by anybody, namely the waste sorters, and now it's people like me.
Thank you. Thank you. A round of applause to Nikita and Trashify Tech. Very good. All right, believe it or not, the last presentation, last picture on our stage here today, Spiral OS. Let's welcome him on the stage. All right, sir. Let's do it in style. 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Hi, my name is Eugene Pavlenko, and I'm CEO of Spiral OS, decentralized operating system for AI agents and humans. Consciousness and technology are the drivers of the civilization. Imagine, people used to farm crops manually, but now we have automated combines. Do you know what's the productivity boost? It's 1,000 times. Now, imagine that manual farming, it is how modern companies still operate. We built digital combines, teams of AI agents that will boost your company's productivity significantly. And they can perform tasks of humans effectively in any domain. And you can not only automate processes of your company, but also gain additional revenue on an open market of different AI agent platforms. All this preserving total data privacy and also without needing technical skills. AI agent market will go up to 3 trillion in next 5 years. And this is all because it will disrupt all the software market and almost all of the service markets. There are many AI agent platforms on the market, but they are mainly centralized or focused on isolated tools or are using really complex technologies. And the market lacks a truly decentralized, simple, and open solution that will democratize AI agent economy. Our groundbreaking technology, BOLTC, is such a solution. It allows to build AI agent infrastructure much cheaper and easier than with programming languages. Our experienced team consists of tech entrepreneur and scientist, and we are currently building our core technology. We have a working prototype at TRL 5.6, and also it is US patent pending. We negotiated several pilot projects and in discussions with several centralized AI agent platforms.
Thank you. That's all the time for the presentation. A round of applause. So, if any unanswered questions, the jury will ask. Sigvard.
Yeah, thanks for presentation. So, if I understand by your background and as well as the phrase decentralization, so is it blockchain?
Kind of blockchain. It is a decentralized graph, temporal knowledge graph based on peer-to-peer network.
All right, Farhad.
This sounds like something that could become next Google. How would you pitch it to your grandmother? What is it?
What is it?
To grandmother.
This is
or mother.
This is a Lego constructor for building digital robots.
Okay, very good. Any more questions? 1 more minute. Who's up next? Let's use the time wisely. Matis.
Yes, if I may. So you have a pretty large team. So, and again, question, are you spending all your time for this business, or you are involved also in other activities?
I'm full-time in this business. Yes, not all of these 13 people are involved full-time. Actually, many are...
How many of you are involved full-time in this?
6 are full-time.
All right, 30 seconds. One quick question or comment. Farhad?
How will you make money?
We have many monetization points, but the main one is commissions for AI agent marketplace, as well as commissions from financial transactions, actually. Yes, also we are planning to establish a fund, and we will fund best projects which will be built on our platform. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. A round of applause. The last presenter, Eugene, thank you very much. Well, ladies and gentlemen, 10 presentations in the books. Thank you to all of the presenters, and thank you to our dear Journey for shedding light on the questions that matter. Fill out those forms, and we will see your results tomorrow. But if you are impatient like me and want to find out earlier who is presenting tomorrow in the finals, well, during tonight's dinner at 6 o'clock, which is right after our event, right across the square, there you will find out who the finalists are, and we will see them here on this big stage tomorrow for the finals.